Okay, so today I'm going to be watching Season 1, Episode 2 of The Sopranos. So I watched the first episode a couple days ago, and I'll kind of turn it into this alternating format, where one day I'll do some other random series, and one day this will be like my main series. So like today, then the next day I'll do something weird, and then, what's today? Today is Thursday, so Saturday I'll do some other, or I'll do this again. And so I liked it. I gave it sort of a B+, at least better than my, whatever, when I watched Girls. That was the first series I was doing as part of this format, sort of reacting to series while I'm driving. And so the one thing I'll have to make sure to do is I have to say 3, 2, 1, and then restart, because even I was getting confused when editing it, since it's only video, audio that I'm editing, that I wasn't able to tell exactly when it started. So we see a lot of characters, a lot of actors from Goodfellas. You know, it's going to be typical to see that, but like we see Spider is the kid, then we see, I'm not going to recap the whole thing because I did like a pretty thorough review of it at the end, but like I watched the final 5 minutes and gave like my thoughts overall on the whole episode. It was pretty good. It didn't blow me away though, so the one thing I'll point out is the expectation is maybe too high. You hear such positive things about this, like the same thing I'd say about Breaking Bad or Game of Thrones, which I haven't seen and I probably will eventually here. Maybe once I get my other mic I might try to watch one of those as well. But the point is that the expectation is so astronomically high because people set the bar that way because you've heard such amazing glowing things about it over the years that you go in with an unrealistic expectation. It wasn't a bad first episode, but it was just kind of good to very good, right? One element that I personally don't care for as much as doesn't even mean it's bad is the comedy element, the sort of sitcom family type where it's showing you like the family life and the kids and stuff like that. I don't really care about that as much. What I did praise and stick out to me was the game theory elements of like the strategizing and the planning. So like they're having an argument with the uncle, like, oh, don't kill this guy at this restaurant, right? So then you're gonna give the guy tickets, right? When even Tony was impressed, give this guy tickets to go on a vacation so the restaurant will be closed, therefore the hit can't take place there, right? So that's a good strategic element. And then the other one was like when the kid kills somebody, it's like we could leave the body out to prove a point or send a message to them, or we could hide it. And the reason why we hide it is so they hope he's still alive, so it'll keep the cops off us. And there was some sort of maturity and strategic element there, like how we choose to hide the body or how we choose to display it. There was a good amount of thought put into that. So those kind of moments I like. And there was a great moment at the end that kind of points to my whole prognostication of how I would be if I was like a studio executive. You need to set up like some big overarching conflict, and at the end the Uncle Little or whatever, I can't remember all these names, Uncle Junior, right, he says something might need to be done about Tony, so he's saying it to Tony's mom too. And so even though his mom's a little bit senile, that's a dangerous thing for him to say. He shouldn't say that to anyone really. So now he's going to try to take out Tony, Tony's going to try to take out him, right? It sets up that kind of whole rivalry. Hopefully each episode won't be as long as the first one, because then I won't be able to get through it, especially with these intros and outros. But like last time we did have to watch the 5 minutes. But yeah, some of the humor elements were okay. It's not something that I personally am going to care too much about, but I'm also not holding it against the series, like Psych, for example. I never really liked the humor too much in the series, but it was still a great series and I liked it, so I'm objective in that sense, right? I'm more predisposed to like something that takes itself seriously, but at least it seems like they're not going to cop out on like a serious moment by hiding behind comedy, right? Like the serious moments were serious and the comic moments were comic. So like somebody's about to die and oh, they escape because of some funny, goofy thing that happens. I don't think they'll do it like that. Or if they do, that would be bad. But it's obviously trying to contrast those two elements, the sort of lighthearted and humanizing. The guy cares about his ducks. The guy has a nice little family. You're having these little minute family issues. But then at the end of the day, you gotta protect the other family, like how they call it in The Godfather, like, you know, your mob family, all these kind of people that you work with and risk your life with and all this kind of stuff. Also, the other formats I was bringing to this is sort of the elitist victim blamer thing where, like, I'm being very harsh on him. So, like, if he gets caught or somebody gets pinched, I don't feel bad about it because this is the life you chose, despite how they might be trying to humanize them. I'm like, you're still a degenerate criminal, and so I'm being a little bit hard on that, and then I'm also applying some sort of standard of deductive reasoning, like, oh, how hard would it be to catch this guy or to kill this guy? It wouldn't be that hard. Like Uncle Junior right now broke the cardinal rule that I talk about, where, you know, he's telling somebody, and let alone his own mom, Tony's mom, that something might have to be done about him. And that's sort of the subtext of gangster stories that's sometimes cool, is that something as innocuous as that, something might have to be done. You might think, oh, well, we'll just give him a good talking to or something like that. No, he means I might have to whack him or something, right, and take over his territory. So that's good because it's setting up the big antagonist for the series, like, you need that for the audience to latch onto, and maybe it won't be for the whole series or whatever, but it's giving you at least something to latch onto as an ongoing conflict, overarching story point, whereas even if on an episode-to-episode basis you're dealing with other things, like the whole thing with this episode was dealing with that minor conflict of like, okay, we got to get the guy to go on a vacation with the restaurant, so the restaurant closes, but then now this is the bigger point, is that that's a minor conflict that the uncle's posing to you, but the bigger conflict is like, what are you going to do about him overall? And so he broke the one rule that I'll criticize characters for in stories, is like, don't let your intent be known. If you wanted to kill Tony, he probably could have already done it, right? Like, because he wouldn't be expecting it, but now he's giving off this vibe and he's telling it to the mom and stuff, so now the mom might innocuously tell that to Tony, like, oh, I didn't like the way he said that. He said something might need to be done about you, even though she might be too naive or senile to understand that it could be talking about a mob hit. Tony would say, oh, I don't like the way that sounds either, because he means it in that sense, like, don't, he can see the subtext that maybe she can't, or so she might just let that slip as a senile old woman. Obviously, it's all family, so maybe he has enough respect for her that but I don't know, like, she's that stupid that she can't see through that. She was even looking kind of scared, looking out the window. It was hard for me to sometimes catch the visuals of it, but let's start now. So season 1, episode 2, and I want to make sure that we start at the very beginning, because they do this stupid ass intro thing, not even the intro to the episode where there's like a song or something, which might be in every episode, because it let me skip it in the first one and I didn't skip it, but just the fact that there's that option, it's like kind of the theme song intro or whatever you want to call it. But what I don't get is the fact that they show like an HBO Max intro that kind of fucks it up. Yeah, the kid also made a cardinal mistake that he's thinking, oh, maybe I'll be Henry, don't go Henry Hill on me, like, okay, so this is playing the credits, like the ending song to the first episode, so I'll just let it play on its own, because I assume it'll start the next episode automatically. So the Beast in Me is the outro song here for episode 1. I might not be able to actually finish the whole first thing, because we started so late, like, I'll see what the length of this one is at least, just, because this is more closer to an hour length rather than a half-hour time slot. So maybe I shouldn't, I don't know. Okay, see, now here it's like kind of starting, or no, it's not. It's so hard to tell because you got to get the timestamp right. So, okay. So we're starting in 3, 2, 1. Okay, now it shows the HBO Max logo. But now it'll show some fucking ad for something else. Or maybe not. They keep making references to too many other movies and stuff. That, like, would real mobsters really care about that or try to role play? That's like a wannabe tendency. Oh, let's quote Goodfellas, let's bring up Henry Hill, let's quote the Scarface, like. Oh, here we go. They quote The Godfather 3. So fucking dumb, dude. They're wannabes, dude. This is what they're not understanding. This is their decline. They're trying to pretend to be gangsters, but real gangsters don't quote movies. They are the quotes. You quote them. They're wise guys, but they're not wise guys, am I right? Like, they live up to the mob element, but they're not smart enough to be doing this shit. What a reading a program they're watching that they're talking about this in such detail. I've never seen a program like this in real life. The drugs killed, like Godfathers against drugs. Drugs is a dirty business, like he says at the meeting of the 5 families. I'll be quoting mobster movies more than them, but again, I'm the wannabe. They're supposed to be the real thing. I really dislike that characterization. This kid's got some attitude, and he's sometimes pretty smart. Not like the spider character that he plays, right? It is the same guy. I don't actually even know what time period this takes place in. Is it supposed to be the actual time period that it came out in? 1999 is what the first season would be out. See, gambling, porn, those are kind of cleaner routes rather than murder and drugs trade and stuff like that. Oh, he does it again, dude. Fuck. Alright, now this is the theme song playing, so you can skip the intro here, but you don't need to worry about that because at least we got the proper timestamp, so I'll just let it play. And again, if you're watching in some other platform, it might not matter because I don't know how that'll be set up, but I won't skip anything, so we did get it about right when I said 3, 2, 1. I'm just doing that for my own benefit too, because it makes it harder. So we start off with a nice little quiet scene like that. They're just kind of counting money and just having a basic conversation. It seems like that kid's going to rub a lot of people the wrong way. Like, even in the first episode, like I said, he broke the cardinal rule that he said to Tony that I might, why don't I just go to Hollywood and write a script? And then, like, even if you're thinking that, just go do it then and hide and hope for the best. But the fact that you say it makes you a target now. He might try to kill you tomorrow because, whatever, like, that's such a dangerous thing to say to a mobster like that. Those are the 2 things you never say. Don't tell a mobster's mom something might have to be done about this guy, meaning the son, and then don't also say to the mobster who you work for, and Tony, the kid, telling him that, I might go to Hollywood and write about our lives and snitch on everybody. Like, what the fuck? I can understand they might be frustrated or they might be venting, but you don't get to fucking say shit like that and live to tell the tale. Like, that's very dangerous that you're doing that. But that's what I refer to as the absolutist tendency. Okay, intro over. As just you gotta hold it close to the chest until you either act on it without them suspecting it or don't say anything. So I'm not gonna have caught all the characters' names all the time, but we get, obviously, whatever, we get the subtitles here help out a little bit. The one thing I didn't get is the kid killed somebody. Somebody's getting pinched here out of the truck. He's asking to be injured. Good one. You're asking for trouble, so it looks like, fuck. This is played for pretty good comic relief. Actually, this kind of comedy I like better. He's asking to be hurt, so it looks like he's not in on the job. And now they're going to overdo it, so you were asking for it. That's more funny than all this family drama shit. So they're robbing somebody with DVD players, or maybe that's just innuendo. And it's going to turn out that he's being sort of unsympathetic towards the teacher. He's going to be like a godfather trying to help people out. Let's help find our son's science teacher's car, as if he... Like, oh, shit. Like, you'd be in a position where he could be the one who stole it in the first place. That'll happen at some point. They'll whack one of their teachers for some other unrelated reason, and they'll have to talk around it in the family. There's all these different scenarios that could come up. But the main conflict we've seen introduced that interests me is the uncle, obviously. Uncle Junior seems like a good Hyman Roth-esque character, where he's older, experienced, wise, but he's having conflict with Tony. That's why we need a traffic backup so we can actually get through the episode. Let's see how long it is. Oh, it is like 40 minutes more, so yeah, we won't be able to... These people don't know how cell phones work and stuff. This is a backwards technological time, 1999. So they got a little DVD players and shit. It actually, I can never tell. That's going to be a trope. They could be just using that as code for something else. They call it DVD players, was actually drugs, but a lot of the time, like garbage wasn't an innuendo. They actually were in the garbage industry. Now, and they're in the human waste industry, am I right? Tony has softened up a little bit, though, because of all that therapy that he... Never use your own supply. Rule number 1. He's pretty diplomatic with this kid, though. He doesn't argue like he's trying to tell him be nice to somebody and he's explaining it. He's not acting as headstrong as... Warn him about the hit from the Uncle Junior, though. Alright, here we go. The tropes about not knowing how technology works, but not because it's new, because they're old. Not because the technology is new to them for the time, 1999, but also... Yeah, she didn't bring that up. That, oh, your uncle is upset at you. He said you might need to do something about you. And even if she doesn't know, that's a big, big piece of information. Tony's going to get whacked. The show's going to be over. And she was resisting the desire to go in a nursing home, but maybe she needs it because she's starting a fire right when she's on the fucking phone. I like how quickly he reacts and believes her and... Call 911 for a fucking... Mobster calling 911, how ironic. They're going to look through all your shit in your house because they suspect you, but then again, you're protected. Busy doing what? Is she actually doing? I didn't even see it. No, but one thing I like about Tony is He wants her in a nursing home. She doesn't want to go. There's a lot of little minor conflicts going on. I like. He's worried about the teacher shit, too. I like that they're doing these things, but the one thing I like about Tony is he's not acting all like he is a big shot. Maybe because his business is in decline, but, like, he's pretty humble. He's willing to talk stuff out. He's not being like, oh, you know who I am? Like, how, fuck you. He's not stuck up about it. You have all the money in the world and all the power, but you can't take care of your own fucking mother. What is all your money and power for then? That's what you gotta figure out. Like, you can't hire a fucking nanny or something, live a home nurse, rather than send them to a nursing home. Yeah, that's the best solution. Live with them so you can be held hostage by some rival gangster. She must know of all the things her husband did, like crime-related. He was a saint, but she must know a little bit of that. You couldn't have hidden it from her, so... Oh, like the anxiety attack that he tried to talk around, and he went to therapy with somebody who's gonna have an affair with. He seemed to like her more than just as a therapist. The Karen chick from Goodfellas. He's misusing his power now. They're gonna question his motivation, like why does he care about a fucking teacher's car? Right, which I get for the storytelling why they're doing that, but would you respect a mob boss who's worried about this shit? It's like you're using it for your own personal reasons. My friend lost his car, let me go get it, not business, right? Why is he asking a fucking random chick at the coffee shop for such a detailed description? Everything gets gentrified, turned into some sort of little fast food shit. They get upset about everything. It's not as perfect as the good old days. Another therapy session. Either a nursing home or... Oh, he's lying. She just said he's saying his wife won't allow it, but... blaming my wife won't let it, but the wife just offered. Oh shit, she's going in on the mom though. Getting him to talk about his childhood. Is she going to get him to stop doing a life of crime in her own little psychological gambit? She'll change his whole personality through this therapy to make him not want to be a criminal anymore. Nice little childhood memories. Why is he bitching about the wife when the wife said maybe she's just had a change of heart and said that to her, or was just being nice? But she never said, his wife never said she can't come and live in here. Or maybe she did earlier in like the first episode, but she just said to the mom that you can come live with us. No ganja rule. Oh, the guy asked for coke who's a gangster. Must be the other kind of coke, haha. Talking about ganja already. He's being paranoid already. Oh my god. Maybe it's true too. You would steal from a gangster's mom? Like, you gotta know. At least this is a stay-at-home thing that I was suggesting. That is not such a bad idea. Like, if you don't want to go to a nursing home, this might be the next best thing. But she didn't give him the message. He talked about Junior, but... I like this uncle character. This is going to be a good antagonist. Give me my Hyman Roth moment. Junior's more powerful than he gave off the impression at first. guy's got cancer or what? Chemotherapy? You gotta go legitimate. In 5 years, the Soprano family will be completely legitimate. They seem cordial enough there, but this is why they won't tell you. They'll come as your friends. They'll come with a smile on their face. But he was just talking about I wish the mother would have passed that message on. I wish it said the names of... This guy does have a bit of a punchable face, the way he smiles and everything. You know, there's always that scary moment. They'll let something slip, like, oh, you know, it seems like a joke, but it's not really a joke, and then... Where's your fucking shine box? So we got this little subplot of the car, but they're not going to like what they're doing. I wouldn't like that at all. Why is he using this resources when you're having a tough time already to find a fucking teacher's car when that's not a priority? He steals something from the fucking cafe. Everybody's bitter about the old days being better than modern. I love the pacing of this show because it'll break up the serious moments with some comedy and stuff. She pissed off the girl somehow. But no, also it gives you time to talk because there's a lot of quiet moments. And even then it feels like I'm talking too much, but whatever. Insert reference counter of movies, number 1 million, whatever. These episodes are too long though, holy shit. I won't be able to finish it. $15 they're complaining about. But things are tight after all. This kid has got a big mouth. Schreiber Towers thing he keeps bringing up. Oh shit, he's talking bad about the boss. You don't do that. Oh, they said $15. Now it's 15 grand. Just had it with him just like that. So why did he beat the other guy up there? Because he doesn't like the Uncle Junior either, but he's disrespecting him and the other guy who's like sick. You don't talk shit about the boss that way. It's one of those things like like, I can talk shit about him, but you can't, right? Only I get to do that kind of a thing, and you get upset if somebody else does. Yeah, talking gibberish works every time. Oh shit, here we go. I like this part of it more than anything. This is like the Godfather subplot sort of detective thing to try to find the car. This is good for viewer purposes, but I don't respect it on the mob level. Need my lawyer present. That doesn't work on a fucking gangster, dude. He thinks they're cops or something. Because only cops should care about that, not fucking mobsters wasting their resources when they're having tough times. This would make Tony look like a clown. Even with your own people. Oh shit, they'll get a boost to replace it, and they would be pissed about that. It's not the same one. This is how powerful Tony is, but this is how you spread yourself thin. This should not be your priority right now. At least she's honest. She didn't give a shit about the ducks. Didn't give a fuck about the duck. Family is being the whole theme here that holds everyone together, but I would view it as a weakness, right? Like, somebody could fuck over your family. Sure, you'll pay for it, but it makes you too easy of a target. Anybody could fucking hold the mom hostage, or I'm just anticipating moments like that. The best gangster would have no family, but you could argue that's what they do it for, is their family. Michael Corleone kills his own brother, right? You do what you have to do. She's good enough still mentally to drive, or as soon as I say that, she fucking knocks the chick over. Oh my god. What a perfect time. I should make a clip of that. She drives still pretty fine for her mental state. Also, fucking rams that bitch over that she just drove there. At least you have a doctor's word to say it now, so she has to abide, but she won't. Using the word whack. She's profiling. Oh shit. This character is great, the therapist. She's profiling him. This character is really good, though. perceptive. But she got him to say, oh, whack somebody. Like, this is like a Patrick Jane moment. You get him to say the real name of Moby Dick to prove that he's smarter than he is. Like, oh shit, that was it. If she was trying to find him out, that would have been a clutch thing. Tried to whack her best friend. And who used a word like whack? Scorsese reference Mobster number 1 million? Or is it actually him? Is it actually him? I couldn't see. Maybe he made a guest appearance because he's so friendly with these kind of actors and stuff, obviously. Worked with them so many times. These kids are always getting into trouble. And the only reason... Just pretend it wasn't you. Frame it on somebody else. A Y2K scare over here. So like you use the fact that they can't make you to say, oh, why do we care any more about being made? Right, so we'll just do whatever we want. But that'll cause some major shit. And it's like, pretend it's not you basically who did it would be my thought. She's being generous and realistic about her health. Now he's using the therapist's language. He's really letting that therapist get in his head. There's going to be an affair, there's going to be a change of heart about crime, there's going to be a lot. She's so smart. Character point system +1 for her, for that whole interaction. Oh, now he's getting mad at her. Good line. Probably true. Somebody died. That's the only reason why I get the room. I can understand her thought process, but I mean, it's her fault though. She can't take care of herself. She has to do something. Just move her in though. Oh, he's gonna quit and go to Hollywood? Or he's gonna fall in line, or what? I don't know what he's doing. He's gonna go to fucking Hollywood. That's what he really wanted to do. And now he's giving a lecture on, oh, you gotta stick together. He's gonna try to jack it himself now. This guy's gonna get killed. The old asking for help gambit. You couldn't find a target that isn't fucking like this. I guess that's how you hear about it, though. Inside job. The last guy asking to get beat up was pretty funny. These kind of moments of humor are good. Now he's going to accidentally shoot someone because he puts the gun sideways. Something will go wrong. I didn't see what happened. So he got shot by accident? But how? Like, whose gun was that? Was that the... No, that wasn't the guy holding the gun sideways, though, I don't think. Trying to be positive, but I get it. It's a tough moment for the mother, you know. It's tough, but she's not going to sign that. She's going to have a hissy fit, given the dirty death stare. I mean, it's tough, but I would have said, move in with me then. For all the therapy you're getting. Like, why can't you move in? The wife didn't say that, or maybe she's being two-faced. Oh shit, that uncle's fucking perceptive. He's just showing his power, that he knows where you are at all times. That guy gets a +1 for this episode at least. Uncle Junior is a fucking goat. He can kill you anytime he wants, Tony. You're being too fucking lackadaisical. You might think you could kill him too, but... Good quote, I guess. Very specific, though. Odd. Nobody had a reaction to it. You get some bird sounds, not the ducks, though. There's a lot of good plot lines going on, though. They're looking for the parents' car, for the teacher's car, the mother going to nursing home, Junior conflict, the kids trying to do something to do their own shit. There's something about the kids I wanted to see. I want to go back to that moment, but... Now the other kid's gonna get in trouble, but he wasn't part of it, so he's gonna try to not take blame. This would be a big call moment. These kids have been in trouble, though. He really didn't have to do with it. Shit. Now you're really going to piss off the uncle, who has way more power than I was first expecting. The first episode, I thought he was just some guy hanging on to his old days, but now they're treating him like he's really somebody to be scared of, and he is pretty smart. I'm almost on his side. Like, fuck this shit, dude. I know how to pick my bets. If the show might be named after you, but... It wasn't his fault, though. He didn't do it. He didn't do it, the spider guy. I'll just call him that. Oh, so it's not enough not to do it? You have to fucking coach the guy too? Why can't you ever pretend it's somebody else, though? Pin it on like a rival gang or something, or some hoodlums. You gotta give the shit back. Kind of lagged for a second there, my video. I guess we would have almost gotten to see it. I want to go back to that scene, though, where they're talking about it in the club. There was something that stood out, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, stop saying that. Number wannabe count 3. I don't find that funny at all. You're a try-hard wannabe. You're like Lamar from GTA 5. Oh, you shouldn't be saying family secrets, though. And it's not the same one. So the dead body will be in the trunk or something. Fuck. This is not the same one, that means. So they jacked it, obviously, like he asked for. The Godfather, indeed. Like where you ask him for favors at his daughter's wedding. You know, that kind of vibe to that whole thing. You're doing some good. Although it doesn't seem like the sort of thing he typically does, but the wife is asking, and I don't like how quickly he resolved that, you know what I mean? But it's a good little extra plot line for the thing. And he got really mad about the jewelry. He was yelling at his mom about that, like, even in this senile state, so that makes him look a little bit bad, even though I get it, but it must have been worth a lot. And she's saying it in like a spiteful way. Oh, your wife never complimented my jewelry, so I'm not going to give it for that reason. So, yeah, the kids are getting into some shit, as if Uncle and him weren't having enough of an issue. I don't know what happened with the hit, though, at the restaurant. Did the guy take the vacation? That didn't get addressed, did it? Did the guy take the hit at the restaurant, or did he... Because his wife was bitching at him, the guy who he gave the ticket to, right? Oh, shit, he had another attack? Having a panic attack about his mom? But no, it's like... Good line. Sad is good, unconscious isn't. No, you should have moved her in with you, you fucking degenerate criminal. So there'll be a few minutes left, I guess, on this. Like 2 or 3 minutes, we always end up in that situation. But the thing that I'll say is, or maybe I'll let it play, I don't fucking know. That'll mess up the timestamp now. Fuck. Whatever. Oh shit, she's perceptive. She's right, though. You get mad because of that. But you respect her enough, you're not going to threaten her or anything. You stormed out the one time because of the ducks. Now because she said you hate your mother. she talked shit about the ducks the first time, but then you came back crawling right back to her. That's one of my favorite characters, and of course Uncle Junior is looking up too, because he's scaring you. He knows where you are at all times, you know. Why doesn't he take care of the fucking mother, though, or something? Somebody else can do it too, but this guy struggles with the fucking phone a lot. I'm not that impressed with Tony, though. Like, he's spreading himself thin. He's just kind of can't control his people. It's not everybody else's fault. At some point, it's your fault. He's not that special. What is so special about Tony? What makes him so... The one thing I'll give him credit for is the humility, even though he's beating somebody's shit out with a fucking phone now. But generally, he's still pretty reasonable to talk to, or maybe that's part of the therapist's influence that he's understand more of the value of talking. So I'll kind of have to give a little recap on this maybe next time, or I don't know how, like the outro type thing. Pretty good episode. I like some of the branching storylines that they have, but that felt a little bit contrived. Like, it'll be, every episode there'll be some subplot, like where, they're looking for the teacher's car. You get a little extended look at the girls here dancing and stuff. So we barely got to watch the whole thing, and now we just get the credits. What's the song this time? I can't exactly tell. But yeah, that wasn't too bad. I wanted to see something with that one moment with the kids, but I can't remember. There was something I was going to say there that was... I can't remember where it was. I'll have to look at it next time. But yeah, pretty good episode. I'll give that one like a B. It was good. It wasn't great, but the car thing, looking for the teacher's car, was cool. And then also, like, Uncle Junior is establishing himself. The therapist is establishing herself as interesting characters. And that conflict is brewing. The mother thing was maybe overdone a little bit, like how the Ducks was in the first one. The therapy is kind of being overdone, though, even though I like the character of the therapist now more and more. And she's very perceptive and good at what she's doing. They're kind of overusing that. Like, every episode's going to have that or something. I don't really know exactly, but yeah, it was pretty good. What was like a weak moment? The weak moment is something to do with... there wasn't anything especially weak, I don't think. Tony's just not impressing me all that much.